Good morning, friends. Day 4, today's challenge by lead or led by. Today, you are requested to read this article. The link of this article is given in the group and try to understand what exactly self awareness is. And then, how do you see yourself? Where do you find yourself standing? Out of these four types, where do you find yourself in all these four types of self awareness? As we all know, the self awareness is important. First of all, we have to be aware of ourselves, and there are different types of activities available, or there are different types of tips available that is going to help us how to cultivate self awareness. This is something that is very important for us. And here it is given: create a space and time, practice mindfulness, journal your awareness, practice listening, and gain a different perspective. For this, we have to ask the feedback from others. Today, you have to make a chart. Please take a piece of paper, like not a small paper, big chart paper, and there you have to write these 5 points with a marker, and then decorate this paper, and you have to display this paper at a place where you can look at it, like at a place where you study or where you use your laptop and you do the work, or the place where you are quite often you sit and relax. So there you have to paste this chart and click the photograph and share with us. In the Google form, you have to write your level of self-awareness and how you are going to improve it, and what exercises do you do to see help build self-awareness. And remember that in the Google form, I found that your responses are very short. Minimum 200 words you have to write every day. And if 200 words are not there, then naturally your learning from this course is not going to be as effective as we are targeting. So try to write more, introspect yourself more, try to make a plan for your cultivation of the self-awareness. And remember that this is an individual activity. You all have to do individually, and you can take the help from your buddy. And as far as buddy is concerned, the buddy which we have already made, if you are not able to find them, then you can make the buddy of your own choice, whosoever is available. And please discuss with your buddies before writing your own reflection and writing your own plan of the cultivation of the self-awareness. Thank you very much, and see you all at 8 o'clock in the evening. Take So, good evening, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all in the reflective session, day 4. And please write your name if you are interested to be the MC. Then you will get the points for the voluntarily work. Write in the chat box your name if you are interested to be the MC for this evening. Okay, so Malik has written the name. Yes, Malik Teba, please call your friends one by one. And you all, please remember that what you are supposed to share, first of all, you have to share that have you made the chart. If you have made the chart, please show the chart by switching on the camera and show us your chart in that on the camera. And Dhanlakshmi is not seen today. Rest others, those who are here, if you can switch on the video, please switch on your video and you show us the chart. This will be the first task. And then second task, what is your plan for improving of self-awareness? Please let us discuss and you share with us. Yes, Taiba, now over to you.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm there, ma'am. Good evening.
Okay, then Lakshmi ma'am, please speak.
What?
Please speak up. Show us the chart first and then speak about your reflections.
Ma'am, I'm on the way of doing the chart. So you can call someone else. I'll
Okay.
complete it and then I'll shoot.
Okay, ma'am. No issues. Niaz, are you here? Niaz Ali?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Niaz, please show us your chart and speak about your reflections.
Okay, ma'am.
Niaz, you have muted yourself again. Please unmute yourself. Niaz, please unmute yourself. Daisy ma'am.
Yes,
Daisy
ma'am.
ma'am. Walaikum Assalam.
Ma'am, I finished the chart, but I can't able to share it.
Sorry, ma'am.
Shall I share it in the WhatsApp group?
Ma'am, please share your chart.
Okay.
Malik, what I understand is that since they have not made chart, that's why they are backing.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
please leave the chart and ask him just to speak.
Okay, ma'am. Daisy ma'am, please. Daisy ma'am has opened her screen. Perhaps she's with the chart. Yes, she has made it. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the sharing. Please go on with speaking.
Ma'am, I finished the chart, but I can't paste in my room. Here I give 5 ways to culture self-awareness and to create space and time. Journal your awareness. Gain a different perspective. Practice mindfulness. Practice listening. And here I have not yet completed. Ma'am, can I share it in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, please.
Then here one can send a message.
So, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Invite next one.
Rizwan Khan. Rizwan Khan. Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Ma'am, please speak about your reflections.
First of all, I just want to show you my chart. Wait. this is my chart, like 5 way to cultivate self-awareness. And this is gain a different perspective and ask for feedback. Like all 5 points are there.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, please speak up about your reflections.
So like the first is create space and time. So first of all, like I plan for myself like every day at least 1 hour or at least 40 minutes or 45 minutes I will keep for myself, where I can do work on my like weak points and weaknesses, like whatever I want to learn, whatever I want to give, I want to know about myself. And can I speak later?
Yes? You want to
I need
speak
just 5
later?
I need just 5 minutes.
Okay, no issues, ma'am.
Yes, I
Sana
will speak
Hashmi,
later.
ma'am.
Okay.
Sana Hashmi, ma'am. Please.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
और ये यहाँ
मेरी आवाज आ रही है? हेलो.
Yes, yes,
उनको
please.
बोलो थोड़ी देर में लेंगे.
Yes, Sana ma'am, please speak up.
Okay. So I need to speak about today's topic, that how to manage self-awareness or how to cultivate self-awareness, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as we see in our life, we face a different kind of situation, good situation, bad situation, happy situation, challenging situation, which make us familiar with our different thoughts, emotion, and give us experiences, awareness about ourselves and our own personality. So for knowing ourselves, first of all, sometimes we should take criticism in a positive way, so that we can erase or omit our demerits, or we can take revival steps to correct ourselves. Demerits that are seen by others should be our priority. That how do we revive ourselves or correct ourselves? One can never understand or find out what are the remedial steps should be taken to correct ourselves. This type of thing happened when we realize that what are our weakness and what are our strength. So we work on that, as we should know ourselves better than other, but sometimes we showcase ourselves through our behavior, body language, verbal or non-verbal communications, interactions, decision. It is said that sometimes our actions speak louder than words. So I can say that to notice, to identify, to realization of self is self-awareness. Means identification of our feeling, our emotion, thought, belief, trust, behavior, our reactions, responses. These are the things which expose ourselves. These are the things which are exposed through our behavior. So when we spend time with ourselves, we can identify that where we are lacking, or what are the demerits that we have, and what are the weaknesses that we show to others. We can say it in a word in Urdu, that is Zamir. What your Zamir says about you. So self-realization is something like that. And I personally feel that always just realize yourself, always think about yourself, always evaluate your action and behavior after completing any task, after completing any responsibility. Always just scan, we can say, scan your behavior, or always evaluate that what was your behavior and what was your actions, what were your verbal behavior, everything. That is the way we can identify ourselves and we can correct ourselves. I hope I have completed.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Mohammed Rehan. Mohammed Rehan.
Yeah. Good
Uh,
evening.
Good evening. Have you made that chart?
No, actually,
Okay,
I
no
couldn't
issues.
go through. Yeah.
No issues. Please speak up your reflections.
I couldn't go through, even I'm not, aware today's task. So I'm sorry for that.
Today's task was about self-awareness. Ma'am has sent us a link of the self-awareness journal. The task was to read the journal and then write down our reflections.
Oh, I couldn't go through. I'm sorry.
Okay, no issues. Zia Punikar. Zia Punikar. Zia Punikar. Please unmute yourself. Zia Punikar, are you able to hear me?
Malika, Dr. Zia is our mentor, and
Okay, ma'am.
Dr. Zia is not the participant. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You can ask Niaz and Dhanlakshmi now.
Yes, ma'am. Tulsi Raman.
Hello, Madam G.
Hello, ma'am.
Madam, are you able to hear me, G?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Are you able to hear me?
There is a
Hello?
little
Am I
bit
audible?
noise coming from your side.
Yes, I am in a meeting.
Okay.
I'm in a national meeting. By that way, I'm also attending this program also.
Oh,
Yesterday, I conveyed it to Dr. Ramsey. I'm sorry for the, because there is some noise in the meeting hall.
no issues, ma'am. It's completely okay.
Okay.
Niaz Ali. Niaz Ali.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Niaz.
Ma'am,
Yes, Niaz.
ma'am, speak and clear.
Yes.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Morning session I am not attend, so I write that simple preparation.
Okay.
My self-awareness. Simple quotes: the ability to take honest look at your life without attachment to it being right. I do anything, and importance ways achieve my life. My ability to perceive and understand, and my think make for me. My individual performance always involved for me, involved and practice to all programs competitions, so always continuous journey for all programs and competitions. Sorry, ma'am. My own preparations.
No issues, Niaz. You are done, Niaz?
I improve my value, personality, accents, and healthy emotional thoughts and self-confident. Always improve that my skills. Enough, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, Niaz. Dhanalakshmi, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Halima, ma'am. Good evening, Halima, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, I am eagerly waiting for your responses. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I didn't know. I have seen all the things. Your question is, how do you see yourself? Where do you stand? How do you see yourself? I feel aware about four introspectors, aware, seekers, and pleasures. I feel the internal, there are two types they have given, internal self-awareness and external self-awareness. So when it should be high and low, we should know how, when we are practicing it, only it will come, I think. So this is the two types as you are given. So self-awareness, the way we behave in our own career or everyday life. That is what I can feel all about. Self-awareness assessment, there are so many things have been given by different psychologists. But you have given us the 5 simple ways. That is very, very simple. Create space and time. As you have given, we should have to try to practice every day. So practicing mindfulness by paying attention to ourselves, and that is the second practice of mindfulness you have given. Journal your awareness, process your thoughts through writing. I hope when we are writing, we can express ourselves so everybody can understand. And we can also record our inner state of mind, how it reflects. One day we'll be very, very happy. Some other day we will be very sad. We can put down all our thoughts also. Practice listening. It is very important. We have to listen to our speaker, and we should have to listen. We are listening to you, ma'am. We are paying attention towards you. We try to get knowledge. We try to develop ourselves. The way how you are putting forth all the things. So we likely to observe you. You are present with us. We are observing you, how you are talking, what is your body language, all these things, or we'll try to practice also. Don't judge or evaluate your given. I don't know. Every day I'll be judging some or other person. So I think I have to be, as you have given, I try to practice for myself, gain a different perspectives. Yes, I always get feedback from wherever I am working or work area or at home. After cooking also, I'll ask to my son whether the salt is correct. Like that, I'll ask feedbacks. So I think self-awareness is one which is very much required for the leader. When we have a self-awareness, we really grounded. We don't show our arrogance. We will be empathy. We show our empathy. We will be adaptable to all the people. We have more of confidence when we are self-aware. We will express ourselves. We always have a mindful of thoughts where when we are aware, and we have to live for the present moment. At the present situation, we allow ourselves. We should be very patient. And kindness is what is required for all to become a very good leader. When we're having a self-awareness skill, definitely I think we will follow all the 10 tips. We'll be open-minded. We'll be having our own strength. We try to analyze what is our strength and weakness. We stay focused to improve our productivity. We always set boundaries, as you have said. Avoid digital distraction and all. We stay focused what we want to do, and we'll set boundaries also. We know our emotional triggers, where, what, how we should have to do it, and we should have to practice self-discipline. As I always think, when we practice self-discipline, everything we can get it in the leadership. So this is what I feel, ma'am. So there are a lot of tips we are likely to hear from you, ma'am.
Thank you
so much, ma'am.
very much. Thank you very much. Now,
Thank
Malika,
you, ma'am.
only you are left, isn't it?
No, ma'am, one person has joined us, Shoa Afzal.
Shua may not be able to, I think, share. Shua, are you able to share something?
Ma'am, she is still joining.
And Shan, where? Shan was there in the beginning. Now Shan left.
Yes, ma'am. He has left.
Next time we have to call Shan first because
Ma'am, he didn't stay for 2 minutes even. How could I maybe able to call him?
okay, then we have to speak to him. Who is buddy of Shan?
Ma'am, I don't know who's the buddy of Shan.
Anyway, now those who are regular to the class, we will make them fresh buddies so that we can practice better. Yes, now Malika, you can go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as the task was to read the journal and make our reflections, I think somehow I see myself as aware because I know who I am, what I want to accomplish. I value others' opinion. I pay attention towards both my self-awareness, that is my internal awareness, as well as my external awarenesses. Like I know what my passion is, how I will accompany my passion, as well as what I do, what I am currently doing. So where do I stand, ma'am? As I said, I have already defined values that outline what is most important to me. I know what I want out of my life. I can describe my ideal work environment. I understand what I find the most personally rewarding. Like I am clear on the types of situations where I feel the most satisfied person I am. My values drive me, how I approach to the world, how I see the world. I know what activities give me the most joy and what makes me the most sad. My goals for my career and for my personal life usually can figure out what I did wrong, what could be the better solution out of it. I am aware of the impact what my actions are putting on others, those people who are around me. When interacting with the people, I examine how they respond to me, how they respond to my talks, how they talk to me back. I can manage my emotions very well. I can align my behavior very well. I recognize what I do well and where I need to improve myself. And the things where I need to improve myself, how I could improve myself is I have to make time for myself. I have to practice mindfulness that I'm doing. In the morning, we are doing yoga. I'm doing my prayers. Then I'm doing a little bit of exercise. I'm giving some time to myself alone in the room and thinking what I am missing out, where I am lying down, what better could I do in my life. I am listening more to the speakers, online speakers, offline speakers. Like while you are speaking, I casually put my ears to you that what you are speaking about. Whether you are speaking on YouTube, whether you are speaking directly to us on Zoom meeting, I ask everybody for feedback. Like my co-teachers, my coordinators, my principal, my students. How is your teacher? How I am doing? Uh, if I have done any work, could I have done it more better, or this is better, or this is my best, like such feedbacks. I'm recognizing where I'm strong, what is my strength, and what are my weaknesses. I at most question my decisions. if I'm making a decision, I at most question my decisions. Are I'm doing right? Is this decision right? Would it affect people positively or negatively? I write down my goals and priorities. I always put myself in new challenge. And yes, taking a brother to be alone with myself, like you said, carve out solitude. That means take time for yourself to be alone so that your mind can work very well. I'm paying attention to my inner state, what my inner state is saying to me, what my mind is saying, what my heart is feeling, what my body is saying. I record my inner states that right now my mind is thinking about this thing. Maybe that could be the reflection of any past attempt. So these practices make one person self-aware, both inner and external awareness. That is what I want to say.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Very well presented.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dhanlakshmi and Malika. Both of you have read this article. It was quite obvious by your speeches that
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
read the article and you have grasped the important points, and you are speaking from in the light of this article. That was very, very obvious, while others have just spoken on generally on the topic of self-awareness.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
My question was that this chart was given to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
By 2 map. This side it is like internal self-awareness, and here it is
Sir, external self.
and where it is low, and here it is high, and here it is low, and here it is high.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the question was that out of these 4, like introspectors, aware,
Seekers.
seekers, and pleasers.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you stand?
Yes, ma'am.
If we talk about introspectors, it means that we are the ones who are introspecting ourselves, trying to but we are not the ones who are seeking feedback from others.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what's happening that we are just into ourselves, and whatever we think about ourselves, that in the same thing we will be looking at ourselves. So our thinking and our outlook will be the same. If we are not seeking the feedback from the others, then throughout the life we will be observing ourselves, introspecting ourselves, and we will think that okay, it is same. That's why the difference between introspectors and aware is that aware person is the one who not only introspect himself, but he seeks the opinions of others as well. And then they realize that, okay, this is what I am, this is what the people think of me. And now how he has to take the true self to the world, and how then he understands about himself by receiving the feedbacks from others. That is the aware person, so that he can make the best use of himself. Then there are seekers, like these are the seekers who are always like they are always they don't know that who they are, what strength they have, what qualities they have, and for what they stand. And that's why they are the ones who are always frustrated if they are not able to see the task being accomplished. So these are the seekers one. And then there are pleasers. They are the ones who are always trying to please others. Okay? And they will not look at what is going to help them, what is going to please them, what is going to give them the satisfaction. They always try to please others. That's why there was a very famous quote, and I like that quote so much. The quote says that you cannot make the people happy. You cannot make all the people happy. Okay? The first statement is that you cannot make all the people happy. If you want to do so, please sell ice creams. Okay? But we are not the ice cream sellers, that everybody whosoever comes to us will be happy with us because we are giving them yummy, yummy, sweet, sweet ice creams. We are the leaders, and we are dealing with the human behaviors. So instead of trying to please the people, or instead of trying to make them happy, or just trying to focusing on ourselves as pleaser for others, better that we have to be self-aware, and then we have to act upon what is right and what has to be done best for the people. That should be our criteria. So initially the pleasers will look like they are the ones who are making others happy, and everybody will be like appreciating them. Then, but over the time, what happens? That they will make such decisions that is not going to help them as successful person, or not helping them towards their goals. Then they will think that, oh, throughout my life, I just compromise, I just try to make others happy. Like if you talk the generation which was like before us or before new generation, you will always find them saying that, oh my God, when I was small, I was never given choice to select anything. When I started earning, then my children have now taken up the charge of selecting everything. So even now also, I don't have choice to select anything for us. So that should not be the situation. So in this all four things, where you stand, that was the question. And for that, I'm happy that Dhanlakshmi and Malika have tried their level best to answer, to find the answers. Even though most people believe they are self-aware, only 10 to 15% of the people who studied actually fit in the criteria. Can you imagine? If I ask that how many times you breathe in a minute, then we all will be counting now. Isn't it? Or how many times you can write? How many times you can write your name in a minute? Then we all will be start writing and looking at the watch that how many times I'm writing my name in a minute. We are not, because we don't focus on ourselves. We must be knowing the world record, that how many words in a minute of the world record. Okay. But we are not aware that how many words I write in a minute. Because we hardly bother about that. We hardly bother about ourselves. So this is important. That we have to know ourselves, we have to know our body, we have to know our body's types. When I visited USA, I must appreciate, because I always don't appreciate USA and UK and other things. All the countries have their own culture, they have their own way of life and way of living. But when there are something good, we have to appreciate them. When I visited USA, I was in Chicago, and my relatives' children used to study in the public school. You know, there the education is free, and even they provide meal also to the children, uniform also, and other materials as well. So there was a child, like there were two boys. One was around, I think 6 to 7 years old, and the other was 10 to 11 years old. Then the elder one was wearing like football shoes, and then I asked that, where are you going? He said, I'm going for the football, and he was like getting ready with the costume and with the shoes. Then I asked the younger one, who was like 6 to 7 years old, I asked, why don't you go? Why haven't you joined the football team in the school? What he replied, he said, look, I have flat foot, so I cannot play football nicely. That's why I have not taken football, I have taken chess. So a 6-year child is aware that his foot is flat. So he may not be having that much grip as it is required for a football player. Are we, our children, or are we aware of ourselves? Even we are not aware of our body. We are not aware of our faculties. We are not aware of our qualities. We are not aware of our skills. If we go and measure our skills, how many of us have observed that how many skill sets I have? If I tell that, okay, count them, how many skills do you have? So then now we will be starting counting now. Yes, I have teaching skills, I have training skills, I have calculating skills, I have this skill, I have that skill, I have cooking skills. Now we will be calculating. Because we hardly find time for ourselves. We are so busy in observing others, and giving judgmental remarks to others. And that's why it comes into in the way of our self-management and personal leadership, and we are not able to deal with our own life as we want to deal. So today's lesson was quite interesting lesson, and that was that how we can be self-aware, how we can understand that where we stand, how we can make a plan for ourselves, how to improve our self-awareness, how to cultivate our self-awareness, how to find time for ourselves, how to get the feedback from others and take it in a positive way, how to write a journal and look at the thought process, that what thoughts come to our mind. Like, earlier I was also used to be very judgmental. If anything happens, I used to say, even as a head of the school, I used to say, although I realized that as a head of the school, I have to be very, very unbiased, and I have to be like very cautious about giving any remarks about anyone. But like anything has happened, somebody will say, this thing happened in 7-2. So immediately I will say, I know it, because the class teacher of 7B is like that. This is our nature. Without knowing the fact whether that particular thing had happened in the class teacher's period, or in the subject teacher's period, or in the playground, or in some other area, we just pass the remarks. We are so judgmental about people. That is the major reason, that is a big hindrance for ourselves to know ourselves, to be self-aware. So instead of focusing on others, we have to focus on ourselves. Zia Punekar ji, will you like to add something on this?
Good evening, everyone. I think not now, maybe I would like to sit and listen to you, because you are telling some very precious things. So I would like to listen to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So my dear friends, so far in 4 days, we have done the Wheel of Life. That was just to make us aware that where we stand in different aspects of our life and which areas we have to improve upon. Believe me that nobody is going to improve your life except you yourself. And for that, we have to make purposeful efforts. Nobody else is going to give us the magic wand that is going to help us. So Wheel of Life, we understood that these are certain areas where we need immediate attention and immediate improvement. Then after that, second day, we have understood our limitations. Like if you ask somebody, the people will say, I would have been at that place if this would have not had happened, or if I would have given the freedom, or if I would have given lots of money, or if my parents were rich. So instead of starting with this, what we have to do, we have done in the circle of control, that what is in our control and what is out of our control. The things that is out of control, there is no use of talking about that. That is just lip service. That is just waste of time. That is just to be in the illusion, in the fool's paradise. So we don't have to speak about the things that is not under our control. We have to just focus on the things that is under our control. And with those things, how we are going to improve our different aspects of life. That's why yesterday's challenge was that again you remind yourself that these are my component of life. My family is important, my friends are important, my career is important, my love is important, my money is important, my recreation is important, my fun is important, my rest is important, my health is important. And I cannot neglect any one of these things. And I need a perfect circle of my life, like a perfect round shape. So that's why that starts with self-awareness. First, let us know. At this moment, if I want to have the desire to be the president of India, How many of you believe that I can be? Although you know that there is nothing impossible. And quite often we say that impossible itself says, I am possible. But you tell me, is it possible for me to be the president of India at this moment? Is it possible for me?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, you are right. It's not possible. So when we know that it is out of my control circle, it is out of the circle, then why I waste my time on that? Let me be the president of India. That is under my control, isn't it? If I want to be, then let me try for that. Let me work upon that. Let me a person who is helpful for the people. Let me the person who has achieved something great for the country. Let me the person who has made the country proud of, not a person who has left the country and serving other country. Isn't it? This is also contradictory of my desire. If I want to be the president of India, I have to live in India. I have to bear the hardship of India. I have to serve the people of India. I have to tolerate BJP and Congress politics. And I have to be a partner in that politics. Then only I can expect that I can be the president of India. Not by leaving the country and going to somewhere else and then living their peaceful life and having all the comforts of life and thinking that I will be one day president of India. No, it's not happening. It's not going to happen. It doesn't work in this way. For that, we have to work in that direction where it will be leading me towards that place. So the same thing happened in life, that we want something, but our efforts are towards something else. One more example of mine I will give you. One more example of my failure I will give you. Maybe you will learn more from my failure than my successes. When I was a small child, one day I was very fond of wearing sari, okay? I think I was like about 5 or 6 years old girl. And I used to see my mother wearing sari. I was very much fascinated, okay, towards wearing sari. One day what I did, I just took my mother's sari and I was just doing like this and I just wrapped it. And when I came out, my mother's mother, means my grandmother, my nanny, was outside. The moment she looked at me, she said, "Oh my God, she is just looking like a doctor." I don't know why she said this. But that doctor, what was stuck in my mind. And I decided that I am going to be a doctor. That moment it came into my mind that since my granny is saying that I look like a doctor, so I have to be a doctor. But where I was studying in the school, there was some politics happening and that school was like closed. And then my father doesn't have any choice except sending me to a hostel. And when I was admitted in the hostel, that hostel doesn't have the science stream. And I studied in arts stream. Naturally, after studying in arts stream, you cannot be a doctor. For that, you have to learn science stream. So that part of my ambition went away. Okay, now I cannot be a doctor. Then I decided, okay, still I can be a doctor. Like I can do the PhD, I can do the doctorate, and I can be a doctor of literature. I can be the doctor of philosophy. And then I can join any lecturership. I can join any college. So throughout my career, like this year is my 29th year of my career. Throughout this 29 years, I was thinking, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lecturer, I'm going to be a professor in the college. So this was in my mind. And while actions was what? I was working in the school. I was trying my level best to be the best teacher, getting the awards for the best teachers. I was doing all the writing the articles, doing the workshops for the teachers. And then I was struggling to be a principal of the school. And then I became the principal of the school. Then I was trying to be the trainer of the teachers. All these efforts are leading you towards which direction? Tell me. Is it leading me towards lecturership and professorship, or is it leading me towards the principalship of any school or to be the administrator?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what I'm saying. In life, the big problem is that what we think and what is in our innermost personality, that is contradictory to our efforts. But when these efforts and this aim is combined together, then your goal is there. So what is the reason of this? Because I was not trained like a lead or led by training. That first of all, be aware of yourself. First of all, you decide yourself. What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do in life? What is your goal? What is your purpose of life? Don't be the person who is sailing in two boats. Then except sinking, there is no fate for you. You have to sink automatically. But thankfully, I didn't sink, because lecturer or teacher both are like similar job. It is not very much different. It is just the college and the school. But there are people who are like into two contradictory professions or contradictory path they select. So neither they are here nor they are here. So clarity should be there. And clarity comes when we are self-aware of ourselves. Then only clarity comes. And when clarity is there, then everything is easy for us. There is no doubt, no confusion, there is no conflict. So I hope that today's session was fruitful for you. And inshallah, see you tomorrow. And I request that please switch on your video if you can do, because that's going to make the session quite effective and interesting. And I can get energy from you people, okay? Oh, now everybody is switching on. Thank you very much, everyone. And please wait for tomorrow's session, tomorrow's challenge. Tomorrow is going to be more practical than the theory, because today it was theory part, and I know how people are bad in theories. I also don't like theories much. I like practical more. Okay, so inshallah, tomorrow we are going to do some practical challenges.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then, any question?
Okay, ma'am.
Any questions? No?